Today, we're diving into the career of Jabraj Singh, a leader whose work has, and I mean this literally, built the infrastructure that powers entire nations. We're going to break down how these gigantic projects go from just a blueprint to a reality that affects millions of people.
So what does it actually take to do that? I mean, really think about it. This is so much more than just concrete and steel, right? It's about high-stakes strategy, it's about leadership, and it's about navigating just mind-boggling complexity. We're going to explore all of that through one person's incredible career.
And that person is Jabraj Singh. Over the last 22 years, his work has shaped critical infrastructure across the Middle East, Africa, and India. Honestly, his story is basically a masterclass in how to build a career with a truly global impact.
Now, you're going to hear this term EPC quite a bit. It stands for Engineering, Procurement, and Construction. An EPC leader, someone like Jabraj, is pretty much the master conductor of a giant orchestra. They are responsible for every single note, every single phase of a massive infrastructure project, from the first sketch to the final switch on.
You know, every great career has to start somewhere. And for Jabraj, it wasn't out in the field wearing a hard hat. Nope. It was in the boardroom, shaping the why and the what, long before anyone got to the how. And that foundation in strategy, it's absolutely crucial.
And you can see that strategic foundation being poured right here. He kicks things off in corporate strategy at Tata Projects. Then, in 2011, he makes this huge leap to L&T, a real giant in the industry, to help guide a $2 billion enterprise. But check out this shift. He goes from just analyzing strategy to creating it. He's leading market entries into brand new continents and even building a wind power business from scratch for L&T, landing its very first big order.
Okay, and this is where the story gets really interesting. He makes this massive shift, moving from the high-level world of corporate strategy to the gritty, demanding reality of on-the-ground project execution. It's the ultimate test, right? Can the planner also be the builder?
And wow, what a test it was. As project director, he was handed one of the toughest urban power projects in the entire country. We're talking extremely high-risk, super complex environments where 1,000,001 things can go wrong at any second.
8 million. Just let that number sink in. That's the number of safe man-hours managed on that one project. A number like that, it tells you so much. It's not just about the huge scale of the operation, but about an absolute obsession with getting things done right and, most importantly, keeping your people safe.
So at this point, he's proven he can master both the strategy and the execution. What's the next logical step? Well, you take that expertise and you go global. This next chapter is all about him expanding his leadership from India to the world stage.
This really puts that leap into perspective. As a cluster head in India, he was managing a very impressive $150 million in revenue across more than 25 projects. But when he moves to the Middle East as vice president, the scale just explodes. He's now managing a $350 million annual revenue plan with a $500 million order backlog waiting. That's not just a step up, that's a quantum leap in responsibility and trust.
So, today at KEC International, his role is described as having full CEO-like accountability. That means he's the one responsible for the whole show in the Middle East, from winning the big contracts to executing them profitably. And the fact that governments and sovereign funds trust him with this, well, that tells you everything you need to know about his reputation.
But, a career like this isn't just about the titles on a business card. It's defined by the real, tangible impact you make. So let's get into the philosophy and the key achievements that really define his leadership.
Let's just focus on 3 key milestones that I think really capture the essence of his contribution.
First up, 560 kilometers. That is the length of 765 kilovolt transmission lines he got up and running. Now, to put that in perspective, 765 kilovolt is one of the highest voltages used anywhere in the world. It's designed to carry huge amounts of power over vast distances. This isn't just a power line, it's a superhighway for a nation's electrical grid, a massive achievement.
Second, the number 10. This is the number of different African countries where he successfully set up and scaled operations for L&T. Look, managing complex projects in one country is tough enough. Doing it across 10 unique and diverse markets? That is a whole other level of leadership and adaptability.
And third, a huge first. He delivered L&T's very first solar EPC project on the African continent. This was way more than just another project. This was about cracking open an entirely new renewable energy business for one of the world's biggest engineering firms. He was a genuine trailblazer.
So what's the secret sauce? How does he do it? Well, it all seems to boil down to these core traits. He's described as a structured leader, but with really sharp commercial instincts. He isn't about growth at any cost. It's always about disciplined, financially accountable growth, with a huge focus on managing risk and, of course, building top-tier teams.
And hey, you don't have to take my word for it. It doesn't get much more powerful than this. He got a personal commendation from the legendary industrialist Mr. Ratan Tata himself for his leadership. That's for his work on the Tata Business Excellence Model, a framework for achieving world-class performance. An endorsement like that speaks volumes.
So, here's the most important takeaway. His whole career was built on this incredible journey from mastering strategy, the what and why, to mastering execution, the how. It was that powerful combination that allowed him to deliver results at a scale that just kept getting bigger and bigger.
And that leaves us with a final question, especially for the next generation of leaders out there. What's the biggest lesson here? Is it better to be a master strategist or a brilliant executor? Or, as this whole story seems to suggest, is the only real path to truly impactful leadership found by mastering both? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.